unseen now inside? What's unseen now inside? What's unknown now ignite? Illuminate, illuminate. Through the fog, the stars awake. Illuminate, illuminate. The path you seek, the steps you take.
Good morning, everyone. I think we're here. I'm not sure if we're on Awakenings Radio. I don't think that the YouTube is working. I've been checking. I have no idea why, but I know that we're live on Facebook, and I know that we will be on Spotify and iHeart and all that later. So hopefully you can catch this somewhere. I've had quite the morning. And I'm going to share it with you. I did not sleep last night, not for even a second. I don't know why, except for the fact that I do believe that last night on PT, I mentioned to Micah and Diane that I went from sleeping like 2 to 4 hours a night for years to all of a sudden sleeping for 8 to 10. And I couldn't figure out why. So, of course, as soon as I said that, I didn't sleep. Anyway, so then when I drug myself out of bed this morning, it's 38 degrees outside, and my RV does not have heat. So it was rather chilly. And so I go to turn on the what do you call it, space heater. And then I have this electric fireplace in my living room, so I turn them both on. Well, a 30 amp RV cannot handle both running at the same time, so the electricity went out. And I blew a fuse. So I had to fix that. And then I found out that when it's 38 degrees and you only have like a tank hot water heater that's like maybe this big, it doesn't last very long. And I was freezing. So, and I can't run the space heater while the show's on because it makes too much noise. So I'm wrapped up in my heated blanket and I'm trying desperately to stay warm. My hands are frozen. The cat is snuggled up against my butt because it's the only place in the house that's warm. But I'm here. All right, guys. So we're going to get started this morning with our read. All right. So let me find my notes. All right. So this week, we are starting, like always, we're doing a Celtic cross, and I will be explaining each card because we're trying to learn the tarot cards as we go, so that y'all can know what they stand for as well. All right, so our first card of the day, in the present situation, we have the Nine of Swords. The imagery of the Nine of Swords is a person sitting up in the bed, head in their hands, surrounded by 9 hanging swords. It's a picture of what we would consider insomnia and mental torment. The I can't stop overthinking everything at 3 a.m. card. Maybe that was what was going on with me last night. Oh, okay. Makes sense. Anyway, so the meaning of this card is you're currently in your head way too much. Anxiety, regret, guilt, or fear are running the show. This is the card of mental anguish, nightmares, or being haunted by your own thoughts. In this position, the present situation, your present situation, you're likely wrestling with something that's been keeping you awake. Maybe a decision, betrayal, or even your own sense of failure. But it's important to remember that this anxiety is in your mind, not necessarily reality. Your thoughts are scarier than the situation itself. All right. Up next, in the challenge, or the crossing position, we have the Ace of Swords. In this card, a single gleaming sword held upright, crowned with victory, and surrounded by divine light. The sword, this is the sword of truth, clarity, and communication. It slices through confusion. In this position, the challenge is to find your truth and face it. The Ace of Swords crossing the Nine of Swords suggests that clarity hurts right now. Maybe you've learned a hard truth or you're being asked to communicate your truth, but fear and overthinking are blocking your voice. This combo screams, you know what needs to be done, but it terrifies you. All right. So, in the third position, which is your subconscious is the word, or foundation, is the Seven of Swords. This is a sneaky figure tiptoeing away from a camp with 5 swords in hand, leaving 2 behind. The meaning of this card is deception, avoidance, strategy, sometimes the card of the self-saboteur. In this position, deep down, you might not trust someone or even yourself. There could be hidden motives, lies, or avoidance beneath the surface. Maybe you've been avoiding confrontation or trying to escape a situation instead of facing it head on. Your intuition knows something isn't right, but you've been trying to talk yourself out of it. All right. In the past influence position is the Tower. A lightning bolt strikes a stone tower, sending people tumbling out. Chaos, destruction, and shock fill the scene. Sudden upheaval is the meaning. Major endings or revelations. The universe tearing down what wasn't stable. In this position, recently you went through something that shook your entire foundation. Whether it was a breakup, betrayal, job loss, or harsh truth, everything came crashing down. But the Tower clears the path for something real. It wasn't meant to destroy you. It was meant to destroy your illusions. All right. In the position of the conscious mind, we have the Five of Cups. In this card, a cloaked figure mourns over 3 spilled cups, unaware that there are 2 still behind them that are full. Meaning grief, loss, and disappointment. Focusing on what went wrong rather than what remains. In this position, you're consciously grieving. You know you've lost something or someone important, but you're struggling to see the blessings that are still standing. This card is emotional residue, the I'm still hurting energy. You're aware of the pain, but you haven't yet turned around to see the hope behind you. All right. In the near future, we have the Star. A serene woman kneels by water, pouring it into the earth and a pool. Surrounded by starlight, hope is being reborn. The meaning of this card is healing, inspiration, spiritual renewal, and faith restored. In this position, after the chaos of the Tower and the grief of the Five of Cups, the Star is your emotional sunrise. You'll soon feel hope again. The universe is sending you peace after the storm. This card brings divine healing and guidance. Keep your heart open and believe that better days are coming, because they are. All right. In the 6th position of self-perception, we have the 6 of Wands reversed. I'm sorry, the 7th position. Did I say 6? Anyway, this, in the upright version, a rider is celebrated for victory. Reversed, the crown turns away, or the success feels hollow. This is the meaning of self-doubt, feeling unseen, or feeling like a failure, or fearing failure. In this position, you might feel like your efforts aren't being recognized, or that you're not winning at life right now. You may crave validation, but feel like you're not getting it. This can also point to imposter syndrome, like no matter what you achieve, it doesn't feel like enough. All right. In the 8th position, external influences is the 8 of Swords. This is a blindfold. I can talk this morning, I promise. My lips are just frozen. A blindfolded woman is trapped in a circle of swords, but the ties are loose. She could free herself. The meaning of this card is feeling trapped, powerless, or restricted, but this is only your own perceptions. In this position, someone around you or your environment in general may be contributing to your sense of entrapment. Maybe people's opinions, toxic expectations, or fear of judgment are making you feel stuck. But the message is clear. The way out is in your mind. You're more free than you believe. All right. In your hopes and fears. I think we had the same card last week in the hopes and fears. The 10 of Cups. A happy family stands beneath a rainbow of the 10 of Cups. Emotional, harmony, love, and peace. This meaning of this card is fulfillment, family, and happily ever after. In this position, you hope for lasting love, emotional security, and peace. The dream life where everyone's happy and connected. But you also fear that it's out of reach. After the chaos you've endured, part of you wonders if that kind of joy even exists for you anymore. The heart wants to believe, but the scars are still tender. Last but not least, in the outcome position, we have the Three of Cups. This is three women dancing together, cups raised, celebrating connection and joy. The meaning of this card is celebration, community, emotional support, and reunion. In this position, after everything, the heartbreak, the lessons, the pain, you find your tribe again. You reconnect with friends, family, or even your own sense of joy. The Three of Cups promises emotional recovery, support, and reasons to celebrate. It's the I made it through hell and now I'm dancing again card. The big picture of this entire read is the mental breakdown that turns into a breakthrough. This reading tells the story of someone who's been through absolute emotional hell with the Nine of Swords, the Tower, and the Five of Cups, surrounded by deception and self-doubt in the Seven and Six of Wands reversed, but is about to rise into total healing with the Star and the Three of Cups. You've been trapped in your own thoughts of pain for a while, but this is a turning point. The Ace of Swords wants you to claim your truth, cut through the lies, and stop playing small. You've faced the Tower. The worst has already happened. Now the Star and the Three of Cups, bright recovery, light, bring recovery, light, and support. Hi, Mish. Hi, Heatherly. Welcome, guys. Heatherly. Welcome, y'all. I can't talk this morning. My lips are frozen. Anyway, the message: stop overthinking and start healing. Let go of who hurt you and open your eyes to who's still in your corner. Your breakthrough is coming, and this time it's actually real. All right. Homework card for the week. Are we ready? After this, we'll do our sort of light. If you guys want to have a sort of light, let me know. Okay, I need to find this. Hold up. I'm finding my notes. Where in the world is everything? Oh, well, I'm going the wrong direction. Okay, here we go. All right, so this week, our homework is the Two of Swords, the great inner standoff. The imagery on this card in the traditional Rider-Waite is a blindfolded woman sitting at the edge of a calm sea beneath a crescent moon. She holds two swords crossed tightly over her chest, balanced but tense. The water behind her represents emotion. The moon symbolizes intuition and the unseen. The blindfold, that's the refusal or the inability to see something clearly, either by choice or circumstance. This card is all about stalemate, indecision, and emotional avoidance. It's that frozen moment when you know, that you're frozen like my fingers. It's that frozen moment when you know you have to choose, but both options cut deep. The core meaning, the Two of Swords represents the mind locked in conflict. It's when logic and emotion are battling it out and you can't seem to choose between them. You might be suppressing feelings, avoiding confrontation, or trying to keep the peace while chaos brews underneath. It's the moment when your intuition whispers one thing and your brain argues back, and you're standing there like, yeah, I'm just not going to deal with that right now. But the tension can't last forever. The crossed swords create balance, yes, but it's fragile balance that can't hold. Eventually, one must fall. The key words in this card are indecision, stalemate, avoidance, denial, mental conflict, and choosing between two difficult paths. The symbolism, the blindfold, is the refusal to face the truth or see reality for what it is. Sometimes this is self-imposed because the truth would demand action. The crossed swords are opposing forces. Logic versus emotion. Heart versus mind, two conflicting desires. The C represents the emotions that influence the decision. I promise I'm going to be able to speak. The C is the emotions that influence the decision that are there, but they're being held back, kept behind the figure. The moon represents intuition at play. but it's not fully trusted or acknowledged. There's uncertainty and fear of the unknown. The still water is the outward calm masking the internal turmoil. In a general reading, the Two of Swords means you're stuck at a crossroads. You're delaying a decision, trying to avoid the discomfort, or pretending the problem isn't there. You may be emotionally detached or numb, trying to think your way through something that can only be felt. This card only shows up when it's time to stop overanalyzing and start listening to your gut. No decision is perfect, but no decision at all is even worse. If you get this card and your question is regarding love, you or your partner might be holding back emotionally. Maybe you're not sure where you stand or what you want, so you're keeping your feelings locked away. It can also indicate denial, knowing something's off but not wanting to confront it. In a relationship, it's the we need to talk card that nobody wants to pull. If you're single, you could be torn between two people or struggling to open up after a hurt. Your advice? Take off the blindfold. If you stay frozen, love passes you by. If this card comes up in career or finances, a major decision looms, maybe between jobs, partnerships, or directions. You might feel paralyzed by the fear of making the wrong move. The card warns against analysis paralysis. Waiting too long can cause missed opportunities. The advice? Look at the facts, trust your instincts, and know that clarity comes after you move, not before. In spiritual growth, this card represents the battle between intuition and logic. You know what your soul wants, but you're reasoning yourself out of it. It's a test of trust. Can you surrender the need for certainty and let your intuition guide you? You don't need all the answers to take the next step. Faith is the action without proof. The Two of Swords is that awkward pause before you finally rip off the band-aid. You've been sitting in your I'll deal with it later era, but Spirit's like, later is now, sweetheart. You can't think your way into peace. You have to choose it. So stop pretending you're fine and sitting on the rock of indecision. Take off the blindfold, pick up your courage, and swing that sword. Because when you finally decide, the world shifts to meet you. That is your homework for the week. And we all need to work on that. I know that everyone in this room, including me, needs to work on those things. All right. Mish, Hathery, do you want your Sword of Light cards today? If not, I'm definitely going to pull one for the group. But I know you guys usually want one too, so I will make that plan. Yeah, I definitely needed that one. You needed that one. But you want... Yes, I figured you did. I figured. All right, Mish. Mish is up first and Heather is up next. All right, Mish. My dear, I hope you're doing well today. I know it's very early where you're at. I'm so glad you're here, though. All right. You got embrace this magical moment. There are times in every soul's human experience when the perfect energy comes together for all your dreams to come true. You can call it the stars aligning or having a run of good luck. But however you phrase it, the result is the same. It's pure magic. The truth is, this kind of energy is always available to you. You just aren't aware of how to tap into it. But occasionally, you accidentally shift into a space of manifesting what you truly want. And then there's no stopping you. Nothing can hold you back from the magical life that you deserve. I wish I could tell you that this will last forever, but that's not usually the case in the human's experience. So here's my advice. Take advantage of this moment. Ride the wave. Don't question how or why things are happening. Just allow it to unfold. Make as many wishes as you can and keep up the faith around each one. Because in the end, that's what it's all about. Faith. Now go, 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 go make magic. I like that for you, Mish. All right, my sweet Hathery. Let's see what we got for you today. Nothing. Nothing wants to come out. Oh, there it is. All right. Oh, okay, my girl. Here we go. Let's see. Welcome abundance into your life. Your earthly existence creates an overfocus upon material. In other types of in other types of incarnation, energy exchanged with compassion and gratitude, and your soul longs for those gentler kinds of exchanges. But when you come to Earth, you've had to up your game, in a matter of speaking. The physical exchange of energy called money seems foreign and cold to your soul, so deep down you recoil from it. Because the world is immersed in the illusion that there is not enough. Many of you wind up experiencing that as your reality. The truth is that you are divinely worthy of anything and everything the heart desires. Once you are stuck in the illusion of being unworthy, it becomes necessary for your guardian angels and me to help get you unstuck. I pull on my sword of light in order to sever this tangled web of energetic connections to fear, anxiety, pessimism, unworthiness, and past experiences that you believe proves that dynamic of lack to be true. Take a minute to close your eyes and with your intuitive gifts allow yourself to see, feel, hear, or know that I am clearing all those falsehoods and baggage to make space for the prosperity that you deserve. Now, I ask you to give the divine another chance and show you how to exchange your energy known as money can work for you in this lifetime. Get clarity around the relationship to money and so that you can heal it. Know that you live in an abundant universe and claim what is meant for you. I am sending you angelic coins in this moment to fill the treasury of your heart and faith with faith and optimism so that you can energetically allow for your pockets to be lined with coins as well. Mish says, faith again this week. I was telling Micah that I have faith and love tattooed on my wrist to remind me how I want to live. I want to live my life. That's awesome. I like that, girl. All right, so for the collective for the week. Dang. I'm glad that it's relevant. That's good. All right. All right, so this goes along very well with our homework for the week. Kind of convenient. Go figure, right? All right, this one is make a decision. The time has come for you to make a choice. So often, when people are conflicted about a decision, it's because they are comparing the repercussions of choosing to make themselves happy versus giving someone else what they want. My heavenly perspective to you is that you can arrive at a choice from within one of the three spaces: the mind, the heart, and angelic divine guidance. Notice where your eyes are drawn in the image. The sword, the mind, the white feather, angelic guidance, or the ruby, your heart. This may provide you with guidance as to which aspect of your human's existence might be especially helpful at this time. The scales represent your desire for all these things to be in balance. But if that were the case, then you probably wouldn't be receiving this message at this time. You would have already made the choice because it would be easy. Ask yourself if you have too often gone with the option of making someone else happy at your own expense. Then ask yourself if it isn't time for you to bring the scales back into balance by choosing what you truly want. I will support you in whatever you choose. Wow, that wasn't directed right at the whole thing, and this whole month has. I think this entire month has been kind of that theme to start taking care of ourselves instead of taking care of everyone else, especially those who don't really appreciate or deserve it. I mean, we all want to take care of everybody, and I don't mean don't take care of other people, obviously, but what I mean and what we've been talking about all month long, it seems like, is you've got to love yourself and you got to take care of yourself first. And I believe that one of the main things that was brought up several times throughout this week was not being able to pour from an empty cup. You cannot take care of everyone else if you yourself are not taken care of. And we as empaths spend way too much time trying to fix and heal everyone else instead of taking care of ourselves first. And we're all learning very quickly that that doesn't work. And it can't work. First of all, when you're giving that much of yourself to someone else, especially if they aren't appreciating it, all you're doing is just emptying yourself completely. Whether it's in love or money or career, no matter what, if you're oversharing, over giving, and over trying to help everyone else and you have not helped yourself, you can't take care of everyone else. So, the big theme: take care of yourselves, love yourself, learn that you come first. You have to come first. You can't give of yourself or give love to anyone without loving yourself first. So, the theme for the week: take care of yourselves. This was a very quick show today, but that's okay because I'm freezing my ass off. I hope you guys have a fantastic week, and I hope that you ladies got some information that you needed. And I will see you next week. What's on tonight? I can't remember what's on tonight. Why can I not remember what's on tonight? I can look it up. Oh, damn it, Papa. Would you like a card before I leave? Nothing's on tonight. I didn't think so. Okay. Tomorrow night, though, Miss Hathery has her show, Voices on the Rise. You're going to have to tell me in the chat who it is this week because I forgot. And Micah wants a card. Yeah, Heathery, tell me who's on your show this week because I can't remember for the life of me. Yeah. I finally can feel my hands again, but you know. Bob! That's right, Bob. 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 All right, Micah. Micah. All right. Your prayers are being answered. In the forgetting of your oneness with Source that accompanies your earthly incarnation, it can be easy to fall into the belief that your prayers are unheard or unanswered. My darling child, this is simply not true. It is never true. And I and all the other angels have deep compassion for you, laboring under this misconception. What may be true is that you are not getting the answers you expect, so you do not recognize it has been answered. A different path to joy than the one you envisioned may be in progress for you. Or perhaps you are distracted by life in such a way that you don't even realize that you're being spoken to from heaven. In the human experience, the timing of an answered prayer can be confusing. You are impatient and you want the answers to your prayers now. But sometimes waiting for the right moment to receive the answer is as much as part of the process as the answer itself. Use this affirmation: every single prayer is being answered in perfect timing. Ask your guardian angels and me to help amplify the answer to your prayers so that it is clearly heard, and we will happily do so. You can ask me for the patience necessary to keep your faith when the timing of the answer is challenging. Hi, Nikki. Nikki Lou, would you like a sort of light card this morning? These are all positive and they're not going to give you any bad stuff. I'm so glad you're here. I'm going to start shuffling in case you do. I know there's a delay. Ooh. Oh. Okay, Nikki Lou. I like this because, yeah, I like this for you a lot. All right. You got It's Almost Over. I know this has been a difficult time for you. You've experienced so many challenges back to back. Worries and concerns weigh heavily on your shoulders. Rest assured, however, that your guardian angels and I are doing all that we can to help you bear those burdens. I am happy to tell you that this time of difficulty is nearly over. There is a light at the end of the tunnel, and it comes straight from source. Very soon you will see the skies clear and the weight will lift. You'll be able to breathe freely again and focus upon the future with optimism. Optimism. I can say that word. All of us in the angelic realm, and I especially, are so very proud of how you have been handling this time of challenge. You have made wise choices and never gave up hope. Good for you for all coming through all this in a stronger person. A positive and joyful future awaits you. I love that for you. All right, guys, that's all I have for this week. And I look forward to seeing you next week. Again, don't forget. I'm glad you dropped by this morning too, Nikki. Don't forget to watch Heathery tomorrow night at 6 p.m. She'll have Bob on the show. That should be fun. And you guys have a fantastic week, and I will see you next week. And don't forget to focus on you. Make yourself a priority. You have to come first. You can't pour from an empty cup. You got to take care of you. All right, guys. I love you. Have a fantastic day, fantastic week, and I will see you all on Monday for the messengers. Love you guys. Bye.
What's unseen now inside? What's unknown?